In this video, we're going to be looking at how to create forms and buttons that assist the user with navigating through the database. Now this will be really important, especially if you plan on releasing this database to someone that has no idea how to modify a database. So the way we do this is we go to create on the menu option here, and then what we do is we select the form design, not form wizard. Form design lets us create a form from scratch. So what we're going to do is inside here we're going to have a title. So on the ribbon here you're going to look for the text option, so not the text box but the text option, and then we're going to drag a nice big box on here, and then we can change the details if we want to later. So I'm just going to call this my games, like so, and there are different options that you can select through the ribbon here, such as fonts and so on. So we can select that. So once you create it, you can double click on it, and you can see on the right hand corner here you have the different options here. So there are many different options that you can get caught up on. We can change the font weight, font size. We might make it a bit larger. Let's make that 20 point. We might change the font to Arial. Let's change the weight to bold. And you can see there it's starting to change some shape there. So what I want to do is I want to create basically a main page here that has 3 buttons: customer, games, and order, and this will let people be able to update without having to know how to open tables and so on. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a button. The first is going to be called customer. So we drag a button like so. Then under form operations, you can see here we have open form. We go next. Then we're going to select the customer one. Yeah, we're going to show all the records in there. We want to make sure that text is something that's relevant. So I'm going to say edit customer details. Okay, so the end user knows what it does. And then we go finish. And we have a button there that lets us edit the customer details. If we draw another button in there, we're going to do the same thing for games and order ID. So remember, we have form operations, open form, and then we go next. Make sure we have the relevant one, which is games. Next, we want to open all the records. Then we can change the details here. So edit game details. Finish. And then lastly, we want to have one for the order. So we're under form operations, open form, order this time. It's going to be edit order details, and then finish. Now lastly, if you'd like to, you can also have a little button here that lets you quit the application. So the way you do that is you draw a button like so, and then under application we have quit application, text, or we could have a stop sign on there. Let's do an icon, and we go finish. So that's just something that makes it a little bit easier. So let's save it. Okay, so let's save the form as home, so there's no confusion. So then what we're going to do is we're going to put some extra options inside our games, customer, and order. So let's open up those 3 tables. So go to customer. What we're going to do here is we're going to put 3 options on here. We're going to put a back and next record and a home option in there, so we can jump back to our home page. So what we'll do is we go to edit view, and then we're going to draw a button on there like so. And we will then go to record navigation, go to previous record. So this lets us go left and right for the records, which I'll show shortly. We'll leave it as a text. Finish. We might have to move some of our buttons around because of crowding. And then we draw our next button, which will be our next record. We want text. And then, as I said before, we want to put a home button in there. Now, because of crowding, you could put it up in the top here. Let's try putting it up top here, a nice little button here. And we're going to call this one main menu, for example. So we go back to form operations, open form, and we're going to say the home form, and we'll call this let's call it menu for in terms of space. Finish. So if I was to run this now, I go to let's say we go to home, for example, double click on home. We change this to the end view, which we see is we can go to edit customer details. Inside there, we can then navigate between them, so we can put new details in there. Then we add those details. And what that lets us do is it lets us navigate between the different ones. So I can jump around. Now what I'll get you to do is I'll get you to put those buttons on the games and the order table. If you've got any questions, please email me or see me in class. Thank you.